Double kill.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unfiltered, this interview section of Nade at Night. Welcome to Nade at Night if you have never joined us. This is episode 2 so far. It's a 4-segment long show that runs monthly. Almost, buddy. Almost. You thought. Yeah, not for Nade at Night. Thank you for the biddies, though. Thank you for the 1,300 biddies, Roble. But okay, we are here with RealLifeSpartan. Last month we had Pixel Pete. Great discussion. Great interview. Loved it to death. And now we finally have RealLifeSpartan, which we were gonna have.
Perfection.
We were gonna have last time, but unfortunately he was out of town with his family for 4th of July weekend, which is completely okay. We've got him in the booth, and we are all good to go. All right, RealLifeSpartan, you here? Makes an entrance.
What?
There we go. All right. Cool. Good to go. How was the stream, dude? First of all, first and foremost.
It was great. Now one question here. I have a little bit of a delay, like I can hear you and then me talking, like a little bit of delay. I can muster it up.
Can you hear yourself?
Yeah. I wonder if I have your stream pulled up. I'm in your watch party, I think, dude. I think I'm in your watch party.
I think you have my stream still open.
Well, I'm just trying to give you an extra viewer.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
There. All right, I muted it.
Perfect. Cool.
I think that fixed it.
I was gonna say, I reworked my whole audio system because there was some issues I had with the first month, and I was like, God, I hope I didn't forget something again. Oh wait, cool. Okay.
No, man, we're good, man. I'm seeing the nadegod community popping off.
Cool.
You love to see it. I've seen the Spartan army popping off.
There we go.
But yeah, back to your question, man. The stream was good.
Sweet.
My energy levels, I mentioned it a handful of times on stream. My energy levels were a little lower tonight than normal.
Happens.
Been busy few days of missions, but we mustered up the energy. Luckily, the Spartan army brought it for some B2B sub games, and they carried me. They put me on their back. We achieved victory. We had 1 loss on the night. I'm still disappointed about that.
That's perfect. That's okay.
It was solid overall.
Yeah.
It was a good time, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, they carried me. They had my back, and they brought the hype. They brought the hype when the hype needed to be brought, and that's why I'm late to Unfiltered. So I apologize.
You're good. You're good.
You and the Nade gods out there, but we're here, baby. We're strapped in.
Ready to go.
You're looking good with the techno background. In the wave 3.
There we go. Yeah, active. Unfortunately, I had 2 guests on for the game show. I had a Ghost 101, and then I had Active. And Active, unfortunately, lost a little bit earlier than I expected him to, and so we ended that a little bit early, which is okay.
Right on.
But yeah, again, guys, Nade at Night is a 4-segment long monthly show, so it just comes around once a month, usually first Friday of each month. July kind of screwed me over there because they were like, hey, we've got 5 weeks. So first Friday of each month is when we do this. It's a game show interview portion, which is what we're doing right now, Unfiltered, and then we have Night Vibe, which is the podcast, and then Midnight Munchies, which is the cooking segment to wrap it all up.
Yeah, it's a 4-hour pay-per-view event.
Oh, it's longer than 4 hours.
Coming to you.
It's longer than 4 hours.
Coming to you from Nadegod. And you don't even have to be subscribed. You don't even have to pay for it if you don't want to.
Free content.
It is great content.
Cool.
In all seriousness, I applaud your effort. I think it's cool that you're trying to mix up your streams. And
appreciate it.
It's not an easy task, I'm sure, to A, reach out and try to get Spartans committed, but B, from the tech point of view, try to get all the pieces to sync up, get the audio to work, get the video feed to be consistently smooth.
Oh, man.
And then, like you said, it's 4 hours, so you gotta kind of keep that schedule flowing. And when you're doing it all live, a lot can happen.
Yeah, it can go from like 7 to 9 hours actually. It goes for a bit.
I've never seen you stream for 7 to 9
yeah,
hours
never.
I never wake up at 4 in the morning and look at my Twitch and see, golly, he's still streaming?
Okay. So you teach Arliss TikTok? Oh, maybe sometime. Okay.
Yeah,
So
dude, my TikTok game is strong.
started off. First question that I try to ask everyone, you being the second person on here that I'm trying to want to be asking everyone. Who is Real Life Spartan? How did you come up with the name? And when? How long have you been doing it?
Yeah, so I have been doing the whole Real Life Spartan gig since I emerged from, isolation, how there's like that that tunnel. Like I kind of popped out of that thing one day, and I was already like an adult with like hairy. I had like a really, really bad case of like back hair and stuff, but
As people do.
it worked. Yeah, it's okay. Like I rolled with it, and we mustered up the energy, and we continued the fight. But it's been officially, I would say probably since 2010. I started my YouTube channel in 2007, and the first video that I ever uploaded on my YouTube channel was just a trial video. It was just a video of me walking in my parents' front yard with my first suit of Halo armor on.
Yes,
and,
I've seen that.
It was like an 13
seconds long. Yeah.
13 this guy here. Do my sound effects work right now? Probably not.
Probably not, unfortunately.
Well, whatever. Applause. That's dedication. There it is. Beautiful. Thank you very much. We have had confirmation from nadegod on the duration of video 1.0.
There you go.
But it was on my desktop, and I wanted to see if I could even upload it on YouTube, because I just had started the YouTube account.
Yeah. I mean, that was 2007, you said?
2007.
Yeah, that was like first year or two of YouTube.
You were gosh, man, how old were you in 07?
I was 7 turning 8.
That's awesome.
So I wasn't even technically allowed to play Halo yet. My mom didn't let me like officially play Halo because of the M rating until I was 11 and we had moved to Nebraska. She finally let me and Josh play.
Did you try the Star Wars argument?
I did everything. So my older brothers, they were like, my older brothers are 8 and 10 years older than me, each of them. And so they were like playing Halo occasionally. If my mom wasn't looking, they'd be like, here's the controller. I'd be like, I love you. They'd have LAN parties. They were all for it. They were fully for it. But every time I was like, it's just aliens. It's purple blood. Like, come on. It's not that bad. Trying to stave away from the actual multiplayer aspect of it and not talk about that. But
gotcha.
What's the Star Wars argument?
So just more so along the lines of, it's just like Star Wars, Mom. It's just sci-fi violence. Basically what you just hit on. Like, you're just shooting aliens. This is purple blood. Like, you're not even killing humans, unless you get a couple Marines in your way.
Yeah, exactly. Whoops.
Let it rip. Yeah. So actually, in terms of not being able to play, I was older, so I didn't have that challenge until I ran into the cashier at my local Target, and she was like, I need to see some ID, sir. And I'm like, huh?
What?
Like, and I forget. Man. I think it was CE, because I was not 17 yet for CE. So I had to go get Mom out of the car. I was like, come on, you gotta hop out the hog and come in here. She's like, really? Like, because I would go to theaters and like never have any issues with horror movies and stuff. But hey, props to the lady at Target for actually holding up to
holding
the
that
law,
policy. Yeah,
could have been holding that policy. Yeah. Yeah, man. So sorry.
No,
go ahead.
You're good. Go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna say. So yeah, the whole RLS thing. Basically, it's just been the mindset for many moons, but it all kicked off with YouTube in 07. When I originally launched my YouTube channel, I was one fast 300Z. Yeah.
So where did you land on Real Life Spartan? How did you come with that?
I think it was 2010. So I was doing Halo content already, but I just used my gamer tag at the time for my YouTube handle. And then in 2010, I was like, okay, it's time for a name change. It's time to really go in full blown with this idea. And so we changed the YouTube name to Real Life Spartan. Shortly after, we changed the Xbox gamer tag to Real Life Spartan. And because of all of that, hopping on Twitch was just felt like a natural transition. So, yeah, man.
Cool.
Been good times.
So you've been on the internet like posting content, whether or not it was Halo or not, for a good like 13, 14 years.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and you can find anything and everything on my channel. I think I had to hide some of my videos were a little edgier and questionable, so I think I hid a handful of videos. But like, I would do whatever on there, man.
Absolutely.
Like, just all kinds of goofy shenanigans on there. So I never like had a direct path with Halo and a consistent upload schedule with Halo content. Yeah. It was more so just a fun hobby in my free time, and here we are, man. I decided to take that next step and try to get on Twitch. Yeah. Because I tried on YouTube. I was like, I got several thousand subs, man. We'll get a couple hundred viewers, no problem. No, maybe like 2 to 5 viewers, which was still fun. But another challenge was I didn't have the tech. I didn't have the power to get the streams to actually run. So we never ventured into that realm until about 2.5 years ago.
Everyone's paths are different. Some people, you know,
and I never would have met you, and I never would have seen all these people in the chat like Coltic and Death Star.
There you go. We do
I need to pull your stream back up so I can see. I'm gonna look at. Oh, okay, there we go. I got it. Okay, I see everybody.
There you go.
Awesome.
So when did you first jump onto Twitch, and who first introduced you to Twitch? If it was a person, who like showed you it and you were like, this is great? Or how did you find it?
That's a great question. That's a really good question. So I knew about Twitch, but I wasn't super familiar with it. But I think I first discovered Twitch with the Halo tournaments that used to occur.
Right.
So I would see either on HaloWaypoint.com or through tweets that, hey, there's a big Halo tournament coming up. It'll be hosted on Twitch, and I think they used to host them on Mixer also, but
afterwards, yeah.
I think it was Halo 4, maybe, when I tuned in to watch some of the gameplay, but mostly it was on Halo 5. But I didn't do anything with my Twitch. I would just watch the tournaments. Like, I didn't follow anyone. I didn't fully understand Twitch and like get the drive and the desire behind it. And it wasn't until my brother got on me some back in like 2016. He's like, man, you gotta try streaming on Twitch. Like, YouTube isn't where you stream games. You gotta get on Twitch. Now, I mean, YouTube has
it's definitely evolved and changed a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely evolved since. But I just kept telling him, I'm like, dude, I don't have any followers on Twitch. I'd have to start from scratch. And I should have listened to him sooner. And it wasn't until I think it was in October or November of 2019, whenever they did the Halo Grassroots video, like promo trailer. I don't know if you ever saw that one, Josiah. It was just a promo trailer announcing the Halo Grassroots program.
Right.
And it had Naded, Uber Nick, Vetoed, Action Man.
There's like
I think that was it.
Competitive players, maybe.
Could have been a couple others sprinkled in there. But it was just like a two or so minute long video with like some gameplay and some hype moments from those streamers. And I saw that and I just thought, I want to be that guy. So I looked into what I needed to start streaming. And honestly, the Grassroots program was a big reason for why I came back and gave streaming a second chance. So shout out to Tashi and all those guys who were putting that together.
I think that was 2018, like late 2018. Because you started streaming in January of 2019, wasn't it?
Yeah. January of 2019. Yeah, so I've been at it since, January of 2019.
You started about three months before me, roughly. Roughly around the same time. Huh.
Yeah, it's been a good time, man.
There you go. Okay, so doing this for like 2.5 years, a little bit over 2.5 years, which is a long time. What was your like aha moment, or like your blow up? Maybe a moment where you're like, where something happened. You can call it a blow up moment. Something where you're like, holy crap, I think I can do this, you know, like the hard work kind of started to like, you saw it paying off in a way. You were like, oh, you know, like maybe it could have been anything where the flip switched from like, you know, being like, maybe this could work, you know, I'm just a hobby to like, I want to like put everything that I can into this and just push forward.
Yeah, no, definitely. Couple aha moments. The first one being, Nate following my stream. I got that follower notification on my phone, and at the time I didn't even have 100 followers yet. And I'm like, wow, like this guy's a legend, and he's following my stream. Like, that's crazy.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I was out to lunch with my dad, and I'll never forget that follower notification. I saw, like, you know, the phone vibrated. Shame on me, I shouldn't have looked at it, but I did. I was like, what is this? And I was like, whoa. I tried to explain to my dad about it, and he's like, who cares? Like, whatever.
What?
And so that was aha moment number 1. And aha moment number 2 was probably getting raided by Naded. Again, I had less than 100 followers at the time. And
Crazy.
I got raided by him for like 200 or 300 people. But not just raided. Like, I got loads of follows out of it. And like an overwhelmingly positive response, like in my chat. People were dropping bits, people were gifting subs, and on that stream, I broke $100. And I thought, golly, man, like, that was a goal of mine. Like, if I could ever break $100 in a month,
yeah,
like,
that's hard.
I'd be excited about that. Yeah. And the reason I based that number around $100 is because I used to bring in that and a little more on YouTube, and it's never necessarily been about the money for me,
of course,
but for me to be able to justify jumping from YouTube to Twitch, I wanted to be able to see at least a little bit coming back my way. So yeah, that was aha moment number 2. I was like, dude, I just made $100. Like,
it's a crazy feeling.
In one night.
Yep.
That takes me a month to do on YouTube, and I just did it in a matter of 2 or 3 hours. Like,
it's surreal in a way.
It took. Yeah, it was crazy. It took a while for me to kind of wrap my head around that. And that was really when things just blew up for me. The viewership just slowly but surely kept climbing from that point forward. And it just like gave me like that extra push I needed to go and put that investment down towards a PC, because I was still using, and I still have it to this day. I was using this 2013 MacBook Pro, active camo acquired.
Oh, there's a MacBook Pro.
Uh-oh, nonstop hype in the chat.
Zillow, thank you for the 5 gifted subs.
Oh,
appreciate
that.
Let's go,
dude.
Yo, Audible, Doctor, Terry,
in,
Death, and Sharpie. Thank you.
I'll sound the alarms to that.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Cool. Thank you so much. Yeah.
But yeah, man. So I dropped the money for the PC so that I could have consistent streams, because like I was getting random errors, and you know how it goes. Like, it's always something.
That was MacBook. Yeah, that's. I've tried streaming on a MacBook Pro. When the first ever cooking stream I wanted to do, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna lug my PC out to the kitchen. You know, I'm just like transfer my stuff over to one of my roommates' laptops. MacBook Pro, that should be able to handle it.
Yeah,
no.
right.
Nope. It was. I think the stream crashed like 5 times, and it was so frustrating. But yeah, no, I mean, you move on up. That's great. Cool. So, moving from that, maybe the question, the answer could be the same, but out of everyone you've met, everyone you met, everyone you've seen, everyone you follow, Roble,
overkill,
400 biddies. Who inspires you most, if anyone?
In terms of streamers?
Anyone. Could be streamers, could be like someone who doesn't even stream, could be like maybe they're like a motivational speaker. Anyone on the internet or anyone you follow or that you look up to that like gives you some sort of drive or inspiration.
Yeah, good question. So it's not just like a cut and dry one answer here, unfortunately, but I'll try to keep it as brief as I can. I'll start with the doc himself, actually, because from a streaming perspective, like I mentioned a little bit back, I didn't know half of what you could do on Twitch, man. I didn't know the technology had evolved to what it was. And I tuned into the doc's stream randomly one day because I think one of my buddies sent me some montage or something of him, and I'm like, this guy's hilarious, man. Yeah. And when he sent me the montage, I thought it was just like an edit that they had done post game. Like, I didn't even realize it was like live, that he was streaming and doing all of these effects and all these crazy green screen scenes. So without a doubt, like, the Grassroots program announcement was big, but being able to see that you could do stuff like that on Twitch was just, yes, it was huge for me. So without a doubt, he definitely helped me to take on what I've built and constructed here. So from like a streaming point of view, hands down the doc. As far as outside of streaming goes, the family, you know, the mom, the dad, the brother, the wife, like they've all been super inspiring and just believers since the get-go. My wife actually bought, thank you for that follow. I appreciate that love, Mystic. The wife actually bought me my first ever green screen.
Ooh.
Because she heard me talking about it. Yeah, she heard me talking about it a little bit, and I was like, I might try to get a green screen and see if I can set up some cool edits and whatnot on YouTube. And next thing I know, she bought me one. So I mean, she helped too to propel me forward.
That's
great.
You need that kind of support too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure, dude. Outside of the family, I look up to, man, I'll tell you what, I look up to a lot of these 80s action stars, like Sylvester Stallone.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man.
Yep,
I look up to
I see it.
The likes of like Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis. I mean, these guys are still out there grinding and in really good shape for their age.
Oh yeah.
So like,
oh, yeah.
I try to keep that in the back of my head too, like as motivation from like a physical and a mental point of view to stay mentally tough and to stay active and to not necessarily worry about age and just keep going out and giving it your all at 117%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I just gave your viewers an earful, but
you're good, dude. That's what they're here for.
It's unfiltered, baby.
Unfiltered, baby.
It's
yeah.
unfiltered right now. So
don't gotta worry about being so entertaining. It's just sitting down, having a good chat. Because that's what probably the reasons I wanted to build this is because I feel like once you're getting past that kind of like 30, 40, 50 viewer threshold, it becomes more of, not forcibly, but it kind of becomes more of like an entertainment factor, and it's harder to connect with each individual person because there's so many people like watching you and wanting to connect with you, and it's hard to kind of really break it down and have people connect and get to know you on that level that you could have, in that kind of like 3 to 15 viewer range, where it's much easier to have a conversation with the people that are there. So
yeah, for sure.
Especially the people that are, even like new to know you. I mean, if any which way they can get to know their streamer, the person that they look up to and that they watch, push for that. But I know we had a little video last year. I don't know if you remember it, where we sat down and we had the little interview after the E3 presentation. It was you, Taquin, Fletch, and Nick. It was separately. It was like 5 question interview. Yeah. So now that we've played the game, we've seen more, and we are over a year, basically a year later. Thoughts on Halo Infinite and the future of the franchise?
Man, never thought you would ask.
Yeah. Oh man, a Halo question.
I enjoyed my time on the flight. I was playing on a Series X, so I think that really helped to excel the experience for me because I was getting pretty much 120 frames the whole flight.
Smooth.
I saw an interesting piece come out. I forget what website it was on. I don't know if you came across any of the frame rate specs, but they did some testing on all the consoles. And it looked like the Xbox One X was locked around, but it was at 4K. So I'm curious to see like.
Sorry, you cut up for like half a second. It was locked at what?
It was locked at 30. I didn't play on the Xbox One X this time around, but it was locked at 30, but it was in 4K. So I'm curious to see like by the game's launch, like will they give you options for 2K and 1080p at higher frames? And maybe they did, and that just wasn't part of the spreadsheet that the site I saw had out. But for these, for the Series X, it was like a median. The median was like 111 frames on the Series X. Yep. And I was a happy Spartan because I was playing in 2K at 120 frames, give or take. So for me, like if I had to sum up the Infinite Flight, once you got into matches, it was fast, it was fluid, and it felt like Halo. So I mean, I'm cool with it. There are some things that I don't necessarily think needed to be changed.
Of course.
But it's a flight, and maybe there will be some feedback, and things can get shifted. I guess a good example would be the friend versus foe system. I'm not completely opposed, but
Yeah.
I would like to maybe see a toggle on-off option.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of ways you can go about that.
Or like enemies don't have outlines, but your teammates do.
I heard that one. Yeah, I thought that was a good idea.
Yeah. I just feel like the outlines right now are pretty bright, and it doesn't really necessarily let you see the Spartans customization as well.
Yeah, I do agree on that. Yeah, maybe a choice,
So-
turn it on or off, but maybe the teammates are locked on. I don't know.
Yeah. But dude, I mean, I'm ecstatic about it. I mean, gunplay, yeah, the aiming needs work in my opinion. I think like precision weapons, they just feel a little heavy. But like as I continued to play, I did start to feel more and more comfortable. But the audio, what did you think about the gun audio? It was pretty. It was pretty
punchy,
awesome.
crispy and punchy. I don't know. I really enjoyed Halo 5's sound effects and audio system, etc. I thought that was like a huge jump up from Halo 4, especially Halo 4. But this is even better. I know we're like, as you know, we progress forward, we kind of lose a little bit of like the very individualistic, if that's not even a word, the uniqueness of some of the old school Halo sound effects that, you know, weren't exactly super modern and realistic, but I think it still works. I think it sounds fantastic. There's still a few issues here and there with the audio system overall, but it was great. Like the kill sound effect that, you know, I think they first introduced that in Halo 5, you know, that little pling ting that you hear when you kill someone. The way that it sounds in this game is just like it's addicting. It's like I just want to keep playing more and more and more. It's like that's why I enjoy Valorant so much over CS:GO, is because they've got those sound effects that, you know, it releases that little bit of dopamine where you're like, I just want to keep trying for that.
And you have the wasn't there when you pop the shields, you have that audio too, right?
Yep.
I think there's like an audible
They
sound
all-
when you pop shields.
They all weave together to create that fantastic experience.
I tweeted this out. I was seeing the hit markers when I was trying to sleep because I'm just not used to hit markers because I just play MCC, and you know they have them in H2A and H4, I think, right?
H2A for sure. As much as I play,
Chat help
as much
us
as I
here.
play Halo 4, I don't know. I like those types of things. I'm so used to. I don't even register it. I'm like, hit markers or not, like, yeah, I'm still shooting them. But I know for sure they said grenade hit markers to be turned off for competitive, which I was really happy to hear about.
Yeah.
That was good.
But yeah, it was. I was seeing the hit markers when I was
can only
closing
imagine.
my eyes because it was playing
Lordy.
it. I think you probably got more hours than I did.
A lot.
But it was a good experience overall. I guess my last takeaway would be the map rotation. I would like to see some variety from like an art, not necessarily the art style. I think the maps looked great.
Oh yeah.
I think the maps looked great.
Yeah.
But I want to see some more sci-fi injected into some of the maps, and I hope that's in the plan. And I mean, I hope the maps are already made. I want to see Covenant maps or Banished maps or Flood maps. Like the maps that we saw, with the exception of Live Fire, could be in any first-person shooter game. In my opinion, Live Fire, we had some brute dummies like as target practice. We had that cool Sergeant Johnson thing, and on Bazaar, you did have some like chief posters here and there.
Yeah.
And I'm not opposed to what I saw. I think the maps looked nice, but I also want to see some
Wish there were a little
variety, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know?
The individuality.
I want to see some like crazy Covenant purple and just, you know.
Yeah, I think that's what I think that's what a lot of the problems with like Halo 5's maps sort of stemmed, was that majority of them were created with a lot of the same aesthetics or like object types, unless they were like a completely different faction. That's why like a lot of the UNSC maps kind of blended together, and I'm excited. I mean, this is 3 technically, you know, human or UNSC maps, but they definitely do, like, compared to Halo 5, they stand out so much better than other ones. I mean, when you think about like Empire, Riptide, Stasis, Eden, you know, from Halo 5, a lot of those maps just kind of blend together, and you're like, I've talked to a lot of people. Some of them are like, I honestly can't think of what maps you're naming right now, or I can think of it, but I can't think of the name. And it's those sort of things where it's like, it's hard to remember that. But yeah, I agree with that. I definitely do think they need a little bit more things to make them more unique, but I think already they're off to a good start.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll be excited to see in the next flight. See if we get.
I am
I just
excited.
want a few alien. I want a few alien maps.
Yeah.
It's Halo. Give us some sci-fi, baby.
10 years.
Give us some sci-fi.
I got 10 years. We got 10 years of this to give us some more. Okay.
But I mean, hey, if the map visuals is like the biggest of my concerns,
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
doing pretty good.
Exactly.
If the maps play well, if they're fun, then we're good.
Then they're
So,
doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Okay, so partnership, grassroots. You've achieved both of those things. You know, one of the main things that got you into streaming on Twitch, you have achieved, and you're in there. One, how did that feel? And after it all, you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to, but like,
No worries.
did you? I mean, like, were you there and did you have the feeling of like, I deserve this? You know, like, did it feel? You know, because like you have those moments where like someone can, you know, donate like $1,000 and it's like, I don't deserve that.
Sure.
Like, come on. But like, was that where you're like hard work paid off? Like, yes, I'm satisfied with this. Or you're like maybe I could have worked harder or something. I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts on both of those achievements?
Yeah. Good question. Yeah, so I mean I can be overly critical with things for sure. But yeah, as far as the partnerships go, I honestly feel like I deserved both of them. I mean, I do a hell of a lot when it comes to my streams and the behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm at the point where I still to this day reach out to people individually with whispers or with DMs and thank them. So I mean, I feel like I go that extra mile, and you know, hard work pays off. I mean, I guess that's the best way to put
Absolutely.
it. Like when I was applying for the Grassroots partnership, it wasn't just a little paragraph. It was like
Yeah.
it was like personal videos that I was creating and sending to them, where I was basically raging and screaming at the camera and just letting them know, like,
This is who I am.
this is it right here. This is what you get. Do you see this on Twitch anywhere? I mean, there's a few maybe, but no. Like, let's make this happen. Let's stop the shenanigans.
Yeah.
But
feel
I
it.
mean, it was a wake up call for me because I applied to the Grassroots partnership like, gosh, man, probably every single opportunity
every
I
time.
had, and I got declined like 3, 4, 5 times maybe. And I was okay with that. I would reflect and I would think, okay, what can I do differently? I would go back
Absolutely.
occasionally and watch some of my streams and
Yep.
just like basically critique and review myself and try
as
to
you
figure
should.
out how could I improve. And the same can be said with the Twitch partnership. It was a long time in the making,
I
and
remember.
it was a good feeling when I received it. But once the dust settled, like nothing has really changed.
Yeah.
You know, nothing's really changed. I get a check mark by my name, but like the emotes are cool. But
Yep.
I still just have an itch for more. Like I want to continue to like try to improve and make it as fun of an experience as I can for the viewer.
That's good.
So the most recent thing I did was I reached out to Twitch and I was like, hey, how do we get on the main page? Like how do we get some Halo? How do we get some Halo on the main page? Like
There you go.
I just told him, I just said, I'm your guy. Get me on the main
Get me
page.
there.
Let's
Get
make it
Halo
happen.
back up in
Let's
there,
do
yeah.
it this. Let's do it this Friday. And you know, I was probably came off a little cocky and aggressive, but they had a nice response. They actually said, and I was surprised by their response, but it excited me because it gave me something else for me and my community to work towards. They said, when you can get to 200 paid subscribers, we will look into setting something up for you to be on the main page. So just a little fun fact for you and anyone watching, if you aren't aware.
Keep that in there.
Yeah, if you get to 200 paid subscribers, which isn't easy, we're close. We're close,
Getting there.
but it's not easy, and I never would have imagined I'd even be at this point. But yeah, so that's the next thing we're trying to work towards right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, after I responded to you for 12 minutes,
You're good. You're good.
in a
dude.
nutshell, I feel like I deserve it from working full time,
Yeah.
raising a 16 almost month-year-old daughter now, and still managing to get on and exert the amount of energy I do.
Kill it, man.
And stay connected with my community as strongly as I do. Yeah, I feel good. I feel like it was well deserved.
That's good. Yeah, absolutely. No, that's good. I mean, it's not easy, and I mean, you Yeah, it amazed me. I mean, like you and you have a full-time job. I've only ever had to suffer under just like a part-time job. You know, but full-time, it's draining, absolutely. And I mean, the amount of work that you do, I think we both kind of have similar ish styles in the regard where I have the insight of like I know how much work goes into behind the scenes. It is so much more than what is properly shown to the public. They'll never see like the amount of hours you'll spend fixing just one issue. And it might have been just something super simple. Yeah, it's
about a few of my issues with
yeah.
our novel that we're writing on Discord to each other.
Yeah. But no, it is a ludicrous amount of time and a ludicrous amount of dedication. It is to me, and probably who knows how many other people, it is definitely super inspiring to see how much you're willing to sacrifice and put in, even though it seems like you use up every drop of your time.
Yeah,
and I
sure.
can't imagine how many people, even if they're not even talking in your chat, just probably are there, from minute one to minute end, and it brings a little bit of happiness to their life.
Yeah, that's
stuff like that keeps you going.
It is, man.
Yeah.
That's a great point that you just mentioned too, man. Like,
Yep.
and from early on, man, I would get these crazy like kind messages from people. Like, I won't go into details right now, but it just really like kind of took me back, and I'm like, golly, man, like this is so cool to like know like I'm actually making an impact, like, and
it's hard
people
to fathom
are enjoying their time, and like I got a father and a son that tune in regularly, and I had another member that lost someone close to them, and like they said like the streams like really helped them out for like several months, like to get over that hump, and I'm just like, I just I never would have imagined, never would have imagined.
You never know until you're made aware of it, and it's just kind of like me playing video games and me just having fun, like that helps with that sort of thing, or like has that much of an impact. It's very interesting. But yeah, that's good to hear. Partnership, Grassroots, even like Twitch partnership. I've seen a lot of Twitch partners where they'll push so hard for that goal, and as soon as they reach it, it's like, now what? It's just kind of like, what else is there to work towards? And then like
what else is there to do?
Now that they've got no other real goal, or they haven't found a way to set a goal for themselves, they just kind of they plateau out, and all their motivation is just kind of gone. It's like, what am I working towards now? But it's good. You've got goals in mind. You've got a drive to keep improving and keep bettering yourself and keep going, because I've seen a lot of inactive partner accounts. I've come across a lot that'll have hundreds or even tens of thousands of followers, and they're just gone.
Man.
It's
I got the itch.
There you go.
You got the itch.
But
okay. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy.
It is so much more difficult than anyone could ever imagine, especially like if when you put the time in, it can't even really express with words. It's just they gotta be in it. But if this wouldn't have worked out, if Twitch wouldn't have worked out, or entertaining people would not have worked out, because I mean it is technically your side hustle, your side gig, because it's not your full-time job. Would you have like found something else? Like, what do you think you would have tried next if there was something?
Yeah, so kind of along the same lines, but I've always enjoyed video editing. So maybe video editing, even if it was just for like a local news station. I think that'd be dope. I would like to be behind the camera too, like go out and actually this is kind of like a 180 on what I generally do, but I'd like to actually be the one capturing the footage, like getting that breaking news and then taking it back into the studio and clipping it and
absolutely
producing it. I thought that would be cool. I mean, I've gone all over the place, man. I started college initially in video game design, so like to still be within the video game realm, I think would be dope. But to be actually creating the games or just having some input from a community piece, like Unishack or my homie Deathman 1000 does for EA, I think that could be a cool take as well. But yeah, I kind of bounce all over the place, man.
That's awesome.
I'd say those are kind of two big ones that I had thought about in the past, because I grew up skateboarding and constantly filming, and like I thought, well, like as I get older, like, and I don't skateboard as much, like what else could I do to stay active and still capture some videos? So thought just getting involved with like the local community could be cool, maybe. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. I like these questions, man.
Thank you. I try to give him as rounded as I can.
You're keeping me awake despite being on cryo fumes right now. So
Happy to hear.
shout out to you and the nade gods out there, man.
Appreciate it.
What are you eating before I forget to ask you? Do you got anything?
Ate about like 10 or 12 pizza rolls. Just quick
I
and
saw
easy.
you suggest those. I cannot agree more. The pizza rolls are the play.
Good.
What flavor are you going with?
I used to really like cheese. I typically just like cheese pizza on its own. When it comes to pizza rolls, I just kind of jump for like pepperoni. All of them
Perfect.
taste fairly similar. That I don't really mind the taste difference. They're just good.
Dude, quick 30-second story.
Hit it.
The last set of pizza rolls that I made
Oh no.
were unfortunately torched by the flamethrower. But not only that, dude, our oven, I guess Cortana burnt something in our oven, and they had like this gnarly like salmon aftertaste to them from like I guess some salmon that was lingering in the bottom of the oven still. So the pizza roll, I gotta come back strong and try to do some pepperoni like you. That's all I gotta say.
I should have
That's all
air
I gotta
fried them.
say.
Honestly, I don't know why. I'm so used to doing it in a microwave. I forgot we even
tried.
had
I've
an air
never
fryer.
tried that, dude.
Yeah.
I've never tried.
I,
Wait. Hold on. Rewind. Tell me about this.
Are you air frying?
Yeah.
Dude.
Like, what's the texture like? What's
I don't even know if I feel like I've tried it once, but like it's like a hidden gem. Air fryers. It's crazy. Like the other night I was like, we got some leftover frozen fries. I tossed them in there for 16 minutes. They came out perfect. Like they were perfectly crispy, perfectly cooked. I was like, what? I was like, this took about I didn't have to wait for like an oven to preheat anything. I was like, this is like air fryers are like, they're dangerous because they cook almost anything perfectly.
Dude, yeah, Cortana's used
fast.
it quite a bit, but bro, the pizza rolls, you got me really excited now.
Imagine
man.
they're just like an oven, but probably better. Or like at least faster.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing tomorrow, dude.
There you go. I actually found this this TikTok that I came across months ago where someone like
you on a TikTok video? No.
There you go.
You got like 600,000 million likes on TikTok, bro. I'm surprised you're not. I'm surprised you're not the CEO over there.
Oh man,
killing it.
That'd be fun. But they were like, here, step up your TikTok or your pizza roll game with this recipe, and it was like garlic, like buttered pizza rolls, and they look super good. I don't know, they looked good. I think they used like garlic butter or something, but I wanted to try it out sometime here because they looked like worth the time.
You gotta do that, and I want video evidence or at least a photo or two.
Dude, we'll make it on Midnight Munchies. I got you. We'll do it.
I'm holding you to it, man. I'm not gonna forget this moment.
Less. All right, bet. I'll send it over as soon as we make it.
The chat's not gonna forget this moment either.
No, they never forget.
God's gotta do a garlic pizza roll stream.
I'll do it. Okay. So, you've been in the gaming space for a long time, and you've probably tried who knows how many games. And I've seen you play a couple games on your stream that you seem to be really passionate about and you seem to really enjoy. But what's your favorite game to play either in your free time or off stream?
Man. Well, it's going to sound generic, but I mean, Halo is really what I've just kind of stuck with, dude, and I feel the most comfortable on it. And I just have the setup for it right now. But like, if I was throwing the Sega Genesis in the wall outlet for a minute,
if you had any console, anything, like what would be the go-to, like, you know, I probably, you know, won't stream this because it's not Halo related, which isn't, you know, like a thing you can't do, but sometimes we're pulled to not do that sort of thing, unfortunately. But what's the one where you just want to like kick back on the couch, just kind of like reminiscing some memories, and you're just like, just play?
If I'm looking for something that I can just boot up and, you know, get the blood flowing quick, but not necessarily have to have that commitment to really get the full immersion you would see in like a Zelda or a Mario type game, which I love those. I gotta go Mortal Kombat. I have a arcade 1-up Mortal Kombat machine actually behind me. It's a little bit off to the side, but it's a dream. For those of you that aren't familiar with the arcade 1-up machines, basically they're cabinets that are like 3/4 scale, and they're not the original, but they have all brand new components. And as far as I can tell, the games are spot on. They have like the same code for the games.
Everything. That's perfect.
And my machine came with Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 2, and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. And I grew up playing those games on the Sega as a kid. So, dude, yeah, that'd be my go-to. That'd be my go-to if I just had to boot up something and play off stream a little bit and have some fun for sure.
Is it a particular Mortal Kombat or just is that like the OG?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, good question. So what Sensei Blaze just said in the chat, man, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 was the first to introduce combos, and it also just struck the right balance in terms of content. You had a decent amount of fighters to pick from. You had a heck of a lot of stages to choose from. But yeah, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, it's where it really just started popping off, dude. Like, it felt so refined. I still love the original and Mortal Kombat 2, don't get me wrong, but like it felt so refined, and like the pace was spot on. And it's more so what they went back towards in the last 5 to 10 years when they reverted from 3D back to 2D with the current Mortal Kombat games. Like, they feel more so on par with like where we were at like with the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3s. So yeah, that was a great time for the Mortal Kombat franchise for sure. Oh, Deafman saying, I'm shocked you didn't say Revenge of Shinobi. Yeah, that's a fantastic platformer on Sega Genesis as well. My list could go on and on and on.
Yep, I can only imagine.
But like, as far as like a quick pick me up for like 15-20 minutes, man, like we can get in there, we can perform some fatalities, and then like try to blast through like an arcade ladder real quick, and then.
Yep.
But yeah, Shinobi 3 is sick, dude. Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Good answer.
But I'm going to spin that question. Not because I don't want to talk and I want to drink my booster, but I seriously want to hear if there's any game that you grew up with that you maybe haven't streamed before, because I know you mixed it up a little bit. I give you props for mixing it up and playing some other games. That's really cool. But is there anything like that you just don't have the setup for right now, that like a retro game or just something that you haven't streamed before that you enjoy?
So I actually just recently got an OG Xbox. I actually got it for pretty cheap, and what I wanted to do with it is I wanted to stream it with my little brother, honestly, during the next segment, or maybe even like I thought about streaming it just like on my own, just on stream. But the comfort games that I had growing up as a kid when I was on Xbox or even PlayStation 2, Need for Speed Underground was a big one. I loved that one. The soundtrack that was in
games
there
were fun,
was
man.
huge. And then also Jet Set Radio Future. I would spend hours 1v1ing either my little brother or my brothers just on that game.
Okay.
Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects. SSX Tricky was a huge one. I loved SSX Tricky, and I thought it was a PlayStation 2 only game until I recently found out it was also released on Xbox, and I was like, hell yes. I played hell out of that game.
That's a snowboarding game, right?
Yes.
That's a snowboarding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, I played so much of that. That Kingdom Hearts 2. Even though I could never grasp the story of that thing, and anytime my older brother would explain it to me, I'd be like, it ties in with what? Never understood it.
Yeah.
But I think mainly those games, I've got them. Where'd I put them? I had them somewhere. I don't know what I'd do. I think I put them back up there. Yeah, that's basically it that I could think about. In terms of like, there's only like games that I would play right now. I've been playing a lot of Valorant off stream. I kind of wanted Valorant to be my like off-stream game where I could just kind of enjoy it. If I want to get mad at it, I could. I don't have to worry about like keeping my temper down for the, for an audience, or trying to make sure it's entertaining as hell. I can just jump into it, jump out whenever.
I feel like I've seen you. Yeah, I've seen you've jumped on there a little bit. I think.
I have.
I feel like I've seen
been
a little
on
bit
Valorant.
of gameplay that you've uploaded maybe on Valorant.
I played the beta when it was happening, and then I did play it when it came out. It was just like a few months ago where I was just like, I just want to enjoy this game with my friends because a lot of them play it. I just want to have fun. I don't have to worry about like if I'm performing well or if it's entertaining. Just want to chill out, because I think that's important for a lot of streamers, is to at least have like one game that they don't have to feel obligated to stream or feel obligated to make entertaining. They just relax, because you know, if you can't have something like that, it's to some degree for some people it's difficult for them to even find enjoyment in playing games, because they feel like obligated to make it more than what it should or could be.
Yeah. I hear that, dude. I hear that. Dude, the need for speed, that got me. That got me thinking. And go ahead.
No, you go for it. You're good.
I was just gonna say, like, I see Death Star and Commander in the chat bringing up some other iconic racing games from back in the day, dude.
Represent.
Project Gotham. Yeah. Project Gotham.
A lot of people talk about Project Gotham. I never tried Project Gotham, but it was Need for Speed Underground, and I had was it Sega GT or something? It was the racing game that came along with with Jet Set Radio Future, but no one ever played it. It was like a duo game, but you know, Need for Speed Underground. I was in there, and there's a lot of explicit songs in that soundtrack that were censored. And as I was like a 7 or 8 year old, I just never understood, but I would sing along, no problem.
Dude, I was waiting for somebody to mention Midnight Club as well, dude. Midnight Club. That was another one, man.
It was a great racing game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you? So you were talking PlayStation. Did you ever play Twisted Metal?
I don't think so. It was my brother's PlayStation for the most part.
Twisted Metal vibes.
What was that game about?
Yeah, so basically Twisted Metal was like Mortal Kombat on wheels. You just fought against other cars with torpedoes and freaking grenade launchers and machine guns. It was just a fight. It was just a fight to the death.
Oh my gosh.
Most of the time in it was just like FFA. It did have like a team-based mode, but
like
most of the time, bro, it's just FFA. What's that? I'm sorry.
Kind of like a derby car, like. Kind of thing? Like, just like to the death. Okay.
And like, bro, you had Sweet Tooth, which was like this clown that was in an ice cream truck, and you had God, I think it was the Grim Reaper who rode a motorcycle, and all these different vehicles. Obviously, they performed and handled differently, and they all had like a special move that like would regenerate over time. So like, I think Mr. Grimm's was like, he just shot this like flaming skull out, kind of like Ghost Rider. But then like, bro, dude, you gotta see some Twisted Metal gameplay or something at some point, man. They revived it on the PS4. I think it was the PS3.
Oh, PS3.
They revived it on the PS3, and it was decent. It was decent, but dude, the OG. Bro, Twisted Metal 1 and Twisted Metal 2, I think it was called like Twisted Metal Black or something. I can't remember. Yeah, dude.
I feel like I missed out on something.
Racing,
damn.
The racing game, dude, you gotta check it out, bro. I'm telling you.
Okay.
It was cool, dude. It was cool.
Trying to find a PlayStation 2 to acquire and play that on stream. Yeah. Huh. Bet.
You gotta at least do some gameplay.
Oh, for sure. Okay. So, again, you've been on the internet for a while. And you've definitely done a lot. Skateboarding would be one of them, and you've kind of talked a little bit about it already today, but like skateboarding in general was like something I didn't even expect that you were into. But how did you get into that? And was there ever a time like where you competed, or like how long you been skateboarding?
Yeah, man. So the skating, it all happened for me. I was in 5th grade. And I got hooked playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yeah. Oh, that's another one. That's another one. Yes.
Yeah. Another great game. Yeah. So I started playing Tony Hawk, and then I thought, dude, like I want to be able to learn how to do this in real life. So, my buddy Kevin and I, we bought skateboards, and we started learning and kind of just teaching ourselves, because YouTube wasn't even around then. So it was just a matter of like digging up skateboard magazines, or like just word of mouth about like how to like get technique and learn tricks. So yeah, I started skating at a young age, and it was a huge part of my life all through middle school and part of high school. I had a couple of friends that I actually grew up skating with, that still skateboard to this day and own. It's called Revive Skateboards. It's a successful skateboard company that they found it and started from scratch.
That's
And
insane.
it all kicked off with YouTube videos that they would do. So kind of going back to me always carrying the camera around. A couple friends of mine were the same, and like we would skate and we would take the cameras and we would film goofy stuff, kind of like what you see on Jackass. But like
Just
they
early
took that.
YouTube days.
Yeah, they took that. My friends took that and they ran with it, and they just struck gold and were able to make a dream come true, where they went from skateboard content on YouTube to actually starting a skateboarding company. So it's been a big part of my life, and unfortunately I don't do it as much as I used to, but it still is a part of my life. In terms of competing, I used to do some like local competitions at skate parks, where they give you like 1 to 2 minutes to go out and do some tricks and whatnot. But I never like took it to like a level where I could be considered like an AM. Certainly not a pro. But I was talented with it. I mean, I definitely wasn't just rolling around on a driveway.
Yeah, you know some tricks. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I got to the point, I was doing handrails and whatnot. But it's a really cool hobby, man, and something that I wish that I could keep up with more so than I do now. But the knees from all the battles, all the battles, the knees have started to show their wear and tear from all the countless drops that I would throw my body down back in the day on the board. But that's
it's a very physically demanding sport for sure,
dude, no doubt. But with the skateboarding, I mean, I did it all. I did extreme sports my entire life, from wakeboarding to snowboarding. I mean, I just was all over the place. So I definitely have experience on a lot of different types of objects or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Moving from that, I've actually got this video. I think this is about 2015, 2016.
Look what we got here, guys.
I give you a little bit of a blast from the past.
This is a blast from the past.
Complete.
Love it, dude.
This is episode 4 of you relearning skateboarding.
Yeah. This is down at my buddy Andy and Brian's warehouse, Revived Skateboard. Trying to throw that little indie grab in there. A little sloppy on that nosedive, epic fail. Love it, dude.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like when I was watching this, I was like, I don't even like it's been a long time, or like it's very rare I see you outside of the Spartan armor, and it just see you kind of like casually skateboarding. It was
I got the black skinny jeans on, throwing a little pop shove.
Ooh, there you go. Oof.
So yeah, the big thing with skateboarding is like, at least for me, it's one of those things, man, where if you take time off, like especially if you take X amount of months off, like it starts to kind of drift away from you, and you kind of lose that muscle memory. And in this particular video here, like I was doing as it described at the beginning, like relearning skateboarding. So I was just trying to progress through a lot of the tricks that I would just do normally. I was trying to get those back down. Yeah. So it was a fun time. Like I would skate at this particular time. I think I was only skating once, maybe every 3 or 4 months. So I had the luxury. The gravity hammer to the knee. Oh no, that was a bad one too. But yeah, man, I had the luxury of being able to go down to my friends. I mean, it's just their private skate park. So I mean, I had the place to myself, and I had the air conditioning. So I was very fortunate in that regard.
I can only imagine how much that helps.
Them up on that. And there's the aquarium, man. You're getting it all on here. I'm a man of many hobbies.
Yeah, that's definitely what I've noticed for sure. Definitely there. And no, we'll get into them. So there's skating.
Oh, you got, dude. I've
got more.
You got Otto. You got Otto with that 18-month bomb, bro.
Yeah. Thank you, Disarming, for the 18-month resub, dude. 1.5 years. Appreciate you, man. This man's been around since middle of 2019. I think is when he found me. It was like E3 of 2019 is when this man's been here for a while. Appreciate it, man.
Love it.
And then you mentioned, just real quick, we do have the 13-second clip of you in your.
Oh, that's it, dude.
First gen Spartan armor.
Oh yeah, N64 for the win.
There you go.
I don't recommend spray painting toy guns black and walking around in shopping malls.
Yep. Probably
Yeah, don't
not
do
the
that.
best. Probably not the best choice. And then from there, we. Oh, real quick question. A video that I saw that I won't play. Was it you or one of your friends that broke the ankle?
Oh yeah, so that was me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was rough to
Yeah,
watch.
yeah.
How did that feel?
Yeah, that was a good one, dude. Yeah, that I felt that one right away, and I actually had to ride my bike back home from it was a local middle school that was like probably 4 miles away from my house, and at the time, dude, I didn't have a cell phone or anything, and I didn't know for
Yeah.
sure if it was fractured yet and whatnot. So
Ah.
yeah, I just rode the bike home because we used to.
Ah.
Yeah, good
That's
times.
painful.
We used to like it wasn't like a clean like bone out of the skin
Yeah.
break or anything, luckily. But yeah, we used to take our bikes to get to skate spots, man, like cuz
Yep.
we were teenagers, we didn't have our license yet, so like we had to just hustle and just ride our bikes to wherever we wanted to go and then hope that we weren't going to get kicked out before we were able to film the tricks
Yeah.
that we needed to get for our skateboard videos and whatnot. So, yeah. Yeah, that was a good one, man. That was the second time I had broke my ankle. The first one was on like a 6 or 7 stair that I just like did a weird like bail halfway down on, and then my foot clipped the edge of the final step and just. But yeah, skateboarding will bang you up occasionally.
Yeah. It's a bit. It's kind of why I prefer longboarding.
Hey, oh, you do you use some longboarding?
Yeah. I don't have my
man.
own longboard, but I use my little brother's because he rarely uses it. But I every now and again, if I just kind of want to like clear my head, I'll like 3 or 4 a.m. I'll just go longboard around. Maybe hit up the 24-hour gas station, grab myself an icy. But really
You got like
relaxing.
you got like a little floodlight on the helmet. You're probably not even wearing a helmet, are you?
No.
Shame on you.
It's so dead at night that there's no one there. So I'm like middle of the road, but it's
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
relaxing. Wind in your hair, and I got wireless earbuds, so I'm just vibing along to music. But definitely recommend it.
Did I tell you about the one wheel that I just recently acquired?
No. How's
Yeah.
that?
So have you heard of the one wheels before?
I've seen it, and one of my coworkers had one, and I had some of our coworkers ride around in it. I know of it, but I've never been on one myself.
okay. Yeah,
but I
yeah.
know what they are. Yeah.
And dude, yeah, I just got one like a little over a week ago.
That's
and
nice.
it's basically like it's kind of hard to categorize. I mean,
very
you
much
saw
is.
it, but for
Yeah.
like for the chat, it's one wheel and it's battery operated. You stand on it like you would a skateboard, but it feels more so like a snowboard kind of feel as
Kinda
far as
like,
like controls and whatnot.
Kind of like the 2015, 2016 hoverboards, quote unquote, but just one wheel, and
Yeah.
instead of going straight like that, yeah, you're right, like a skateboard.
Yeah, so yeah, I picked one of those up about a week ago,
Like a Segway
or
one,
so, and yeah, dude, I've already got like 50 miles on it. But like, it's
Ooh.
funny you mentioned about like the 3 a.m. rides because that is something I haven't done yet, and I was considering doing it
Dude,
tonight after our interview. Just try to
Dude,
sneak
yeah.
out, just hit a couple of neighborhood roads,
yeah,
and
if you got some wireless earbuds or like some wireless, or even just headphones in general, yeah, it's great. Definitely a great feeling.
yeah, man.
So real quick, this video,
Oh, dude, yeah,
throwing it back even more.
this is hilarious. This is in Columbus, Ohio.
Is that you?
Yeah, so no, that's not me.
Okay.
That is his name's Andrew Elliott, and he went on to ride pro. I think he went on to ride pro with Alien Workshop.
There you go.
This is one of those moments where I'm the cameraman.
That's what I was thinking. I was trying to figure out. I was like, is either you there or it's the camera?
Yeah, no. Yeah, so I'm not in any of these particular shots, but these guys are all these guys are all killing it, man. So yeah, that was golly, dude, handful of guys in here. If you see, okay, that guy there, yeah, that guy there absolutely shreds, bro. That guy just shreds. Yeah, these are all good guys. But yeah, this is God, man, this is probably, if I had to guess, I filmed that back in,
It's got like mid 2000s vibes.
yeah, it was probably 03. I probably filmed that in like 03, give or take. But yeah, that was kind of at the peak of like my skateboarding, like when I was comfortable on handrails. I wasn't in any of those particular shots there. That was just kind of like some highlights that I had stumbled across years later from that particular day when we were in Columbus, Ohio, skating for the day. But yeah, man, those guys absolutely kill it.
I was turning.
Some of them still skate. A couple of them still skate to this day.
Oh,
So
I
it's
can
pretty
imagine.
cool to see.
Yeah, for sure. I was turning 4 years old then.
Nice, dude. Let's go.
Turning it back.
You're old enough.
And then skateboarding. Covered that. You have also, again, a man of many hobbies and talents. You have also
All over the place, man. All over the place.
I believe. I correct me if I'm wrong. Is this you
Yeah. So this is me on the wakeboard.
hitting this nasty flip, dude? Like I saw this and I was like,
Yeah,
"There's no way.
yeah.
There's no way." And I was like, "That was absolutely insane."
Yeah, so that's me. That's me on the wakeboard. That's shout out to my parents. My dad's driving the boat. My mom's filming with I think my like iPhone 2.2 at the time.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, so that trick there, that's called a back roll, and basically, you just do exactly as the name implies. You're gonna throw your body into a backward motion and drop your rear shoulder to try to initiate that spin, and then you just got to kind of spot that landing on the way down. But yeah, that was a fun one, man. It's a good trick there. That's one of those tricks that never really gets old. Just that rush of getting thrown upside down.
I can't imagine. Yeah, especially on water too. That must have been. That is a slew of feelings and adrenaline. It's been forever since I've even like tubed behind a boat. But even then, like when I was a kid doing that, that was like one of the greatest feelings ever. Just feeling that adrenaline
man, I love
rush.
the lake.
It's great.
I love the lake. The lake's always a good time, dude.
For sure.
It's always a good time.
And then there was. You don't have to play the audio for this one, but you also paintballed.
Oh yeah, dude.
For
Hit
Team
me with it.
Wilderness.
Hey,
Team Wilderness.
Fun fact.
And you were named the Bear.
Back it up, baby. Back it up.
Bet.
Look at that photo in the background there. That gold framed photo. That is yours truly, RLS's work of art. It might go up for auction on eBay with a starting price of $1 million someday. That was my work of art in 3rd grade that my mother just could not resist putting in a frame.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's still up in the kitchen to this day,
That's
dude.
hilarious. It works. I mean, heck, that's definitely better than what I would do at 3rd grade or most 3rd graders I would know. That's awesome.
So this is Unfiltered, ladies and gentlemen. So you get a full dose of Unfiltered.
Absolutely. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, I know RLS was so cool. What?
You know,
how long did
I
you
do what I can do.
How long did you paintball for?
I kicked it off in middle school, man. Kicked it off in middle school.
Oh, man.
My older brother got into it, and just naturally, I had to do everything that the cool older brother did. So I kicked paintball off in middle school, and then kind of settled down in high school, and then we just kind of randomly hit like I don't know if you call it a midlife crisis, but we were just getting kind of bored and looking for something to do again, and like we both had both had stable jobs, and we had always thought how awesome it would be to have like a legitimate paintball setup, because we always had the Tipman Model 98s, which are great guns, but they're semi-automatic. You just kind of go pew 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 pew, pew. And it was at the point
you need fully auto.
Yeah, it was at the point where they had assault rifles available for us, and I'm like, well, dude, yeah, I can drop several $100 to be able to just absolutely shred a couple dozen paintballs a second or whatever, so yeah, we got back into it probably, I mean, whenever this video was uploaded. I don't know when it was, I can't remember.
This was 2014, 2015 maybe.
Okay.
Somewhere it was somewhere, I want to say, it's hard to say. I feel like it was around Halo 5 MCC release or so is what I remember the date was, but yeah, no, you're on Team Wilderness.
Team Wilderness, yeah. I'm ashamed to admit we haven't paintballed in years, but it was fun while it lasted, and I still have all my gear, so there could be a revive.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot of fun. I have yet to really paintball myself, but I know I've definitely gone down the rabbit hole where I saw one paintball video and YouTube was like, "You want more?" I was like, "Okay." Yeah. It was Airsoft paintball. They go for it.
Yeah, there's some sick places, dude. There's one place in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, that has like the Nuketown map, that you can
Oh,
play
that
on.
must be
Like,
stupidly fun.
They built it, yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude.
I think there was this. Oh, where was it? Right here. I think like right
Going
on
for that.
spawn. Yeah, you hit like 6 or 7 of them all at once.
Going for the headshot.
Yeah, it was right. Oh yeah, right here. Just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Dude, I show no mercy.
Going for the kill.
And then I think on this particular game, like if we were able to touch the enemy's base, like we automatically win. Like so that's kind of what we were trying to progress and do here. We were trying to touch that enemy base in front of us, and that's my brother in front of me there. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, I think we're just getting a replay. We're getting that replay again here. You got to see that overkill again,
4,
a full
5,
dose, maybe a kill
6,
tag.
7. I think it was up there.
Oh yeah, I got the hit counter. I didn't realize that. There's a hit counter, of course. And then you got to start going for the windows because you know they're gonna be peeking or still running behind the wall there.
Boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I miss paintball, man. I'm glad you brought this video up. I'll have to try to get out this fall. The fall is a perfect time to play paintball.
Yeah, not too hot, not
bit.
too cold. There you go. Yeah, man. Always good.
That's
to
awesome, Coltic. I love seeing that.
Donkey asks, have you ever been skydiving?
I have not. That's a great question. That's on my bucket list.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if you have, based on all these very.
I'm glad you reminded me about that. Yeah, I've never been skydiving before. I've done some cliff jumping. I jumped off a waterfall. It's called the 76 Falls, because I guess it at one time was 76 feet. I mean, the lake obviously, like the water level always fluctuates, but it was a pretty gnarly waterfall. It was pretty tall. But no, I've never skydived before. Heights definitely like scare me, you know.
Oh yeah,
but
same.
It's always been something that I would love to do sometime.
For sure.
So yeah, dude, I may have to try to do that here in the next year or so.
For sure. One last image I want to show you. This one, because this piqued my interest. And I got a couple questions here. Did you ever work at GameStop? And
yes.
I was assuming that's how you were able to make this happen. But this was like a meet and greet event you had. I'm assuming at your own GameStop. This is for I think Halo 4's launch.
It could have been Halo 5 or MCC.
Yeah.
I feel like we threw this banner up for both games.
But
so I worked at GameStop, but I wasn't there during this time. But I still had a good relationship with the manager.
Absolutely.
They loved me up there because I would come up for all the Halo Midnight launches and wear my armor, and hype up the crowd, which, you know, I loved doing, and I was glad that they would let me be a part of that anyway. So yeah, the banner, my brother, he does graphic design and just all kinds of random stuff on the side with PCs, and he whipped that up, and the meet and greet thing was more so kind of a joke that he kind of threw together, and he printed it out. I'm really impressed that you found that. And I still randomly in my drawer, just for a fun memory, have that
do you have?
same little piece of cardstock paper. Yeah.
Halo 5 Midnight launch. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so
YouTube sensation.
you gotta come and meet the YouTube sensation,
dude. Halo Infinite.
RealLifeSpartan. So yeah, my brother, he didn't do any he didn't cut any corners when it came to selling the RealLifeSpartan, you know.
That's
he had it all on there.
What a guy.
I don't know. I'm trying to see what. Oh wait, the fine print at the bottom. Don't miss this opportunity to take pictures, chat, and pay your respects to the Master Chief. Thinking about buying digital download? Wrong. The Chief isn't coming to your house. He'll be at GameStop with the rest of the true Spartans.
That's hilarious.
I'm glad you found this. I'm gonna have to tweet this out. I'm gonna have to tweet this photo out. It's wonderful, dude.
Okay.
Is this not a great interview or what, chat? Come on, bring some hype here. I see you guys.
Appreciate it.
This is good stuff. I'm loving this. This is fun.
Yeah. So this isn't exactly a question, more of like an observation, but I'm always curious to, as I researched people, even like if I don't interview them, I'm always curious to kind of see how people have started out. You know, if you know Harris Heller or Alpha Gaming, you know, if you go to his videos and you sort them from oldest, he used to make Halo videos, in a content creator house with his buddies, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that blew me away that he used to, be so involved in the Halo community. He's got like an interview with Ninja up there. It's crazy. But I something that I always look for is consistency in who they are, and it's something that I'm not like something that I observe with Pete and with you as well. Is you've been incredibly consistent with your personality, your character, etc., and essentially who you are. And I admire that a lot, because it's very difficult for a lot of people to be that real so early on, because something like that, the feeling of even being able to be comfortable in this sort of space is really difficult to achieve. But you've been about as real as you could be ever since like the first Halo Pizza commercial that you created, like 2007, 8, long time ago.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's been really refreshing to see that, and nice to see like you've been at this for a long time, and it's I'm sure at that time it was definitely probably more so like a hobby, more so of like, hey, we're just having fun, recording videos, we're just passing the time and maybe hoping people laugh, and now you're all these years later you're here and you're still killing it.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool to see that the hard work finally paid off.
Sure.
It was, I mean, not that I was like consistently like uploading content on YouTube, but like, as I'm sure you're aware with YouTube and anything in general, like there were times where I would spend 10 plus hours, like the Halo Pizza commercials, as far as like filming, editing, everything, like easily 10 plus hours of my time. And there were particular videos that would pop off, and there were other videos that I would upload and not even get 100 views. So I was like, man, I just never could like really get that tracking and that footing to kind of capture that audience in the Halo community.
It's hard. It's hard
on a large scale. I mean, I was pulling in some subscribers on YouTube and doing better than probably most could do, but I still wasn't anywhere near where I felt I could be, but I just didn't know how to quite get there yet. So yeah, dude, like Twitch has been a game changer for sure.
It's good.
And the consistency piece, like, it's just like, you gotta stay consistent or you're just gonna sink.
Yeah.
That's just bottom line.
It's hard. It's very, 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 very difficult, but you're still here, and you're better than ever. But okay, last question.
Yeah.
Again, I really do appreciate your time. I know how incredibly valuable it is to not only content creators, but you in general. I mean, you are an incredibly busy individual.
Hey, it's all good, man. You're a big supporter, and you work hard too. So
appreciate it. I've asked this to Pete, and I'm probably gonna ask it to probably every person that I interview. But if you could travel back to a specific moment in your life, just to re-experience it, nothing you do would change the outcome. Nothing you do would ultimately affect the when you would come back to the present. But just to be there, just to experience what that moment meant to you, and just to kind of re-grasp maybe a bit of happiness that it gave to you. What moment would that be for you?
Getting deep here. This is just getting deep. I dig it, dude. I dig it. Yeah. So I would go back to when I used to, this is just yet another thing I used to do. My friends and I, there was a like 50 plus acre woods near our neighborhood. And we would go back in that woods. Probably this is like middle school, give or take. We would go back there and we would just create a ton of dirt trails and do a lot of not dirt biking like on a motorized dirt bike per se, but just on our bikes or like BMX bikes or whatnot.
Yep.
But something about that woods has always like just remained special to me, and that woods is still there to this day because it's protected green space in our area.
That's good.
But just escaping to that woods and being able to just like chill out and just be with a couple of my good friends from childhood and get some more ramps built. And I don't know, man, it was just a cool place to be, man. So like if I could go back, like that would be somewhere I'd go back to. And like I've toyed with the idea like recently of actually trying to go back and just kind of like resurrect that whole wooded area with the trails and stuff, and take a flathead shovel and smooth the trails back out and ride my one wheel around.
Yeah, there you go.
Like,
Do some tricks with that
it's
thing.
like obviously like the biking thing, like I don't know, I'm sure I could pick it back up and be decent on the ramps and whatnot, but like the one wheel would probably be a little more ideal because we would set fires off between the ramps and jump through the flames and stuff back in the day. So like I don't know if I necessarily want to do that now with the daughter.
Yeah, I might want to be a
might
little
want
bit
to
safer.
dial back a little bit. But yeah, it was a great set of trails back there, and they were there before we had found them. But sadly, sadly they've just kind of degraded over the last 20 years or so, and like I don't know, man, kids just don't go outside as much as they used to, and it's just kind of unfortunate to see. Like I feel like you still got to strike that balance. Not to get like completely off topic here, but like you still have to have that balance between screen time and like just giving yourself some time outside to just kind of decompress, like you mentioned about like longboarding, or just like get a little bit of get a little bit of cardio in, or just like you gotta like step back sometimes and take care of yourself mentally too. So
give your
that woods is dope, bro.
break.
That woods is dope. I miss that woods so much, man.
That's awesome.
It's still there. It's still there. So maybe we'll do an IRL stream back there sometime.
Dude, yeah. I mean,
I've
you don't even
never
have to
done
go
an
back there
IRL
and
stream.
do anything. You can just kind of go back there and reminisce, and I'm sure you got plenty of stories to tell.
Oh yeah, dude. We went back there throughout high school too, and dude, like we would camp out back there, like dude, it was sick.
Dude, there's your next IRL stream. Little idea there.
Dude.
There you go.
Light bulb.
There you go.
I gotta get unlimited data though, bro. I don't even have. I'm still old school. I don't have unlimited data on my phone, man. So like, when I'm outside of my house, not on Wi-Fi, like I'm not pulling up Twitch streams. I can't be going over my data limits.
4 gigabytes. Oh man. Can't pay that.
That's what I'm sitting at. I gotta do that, dude. I gotta do that upgrade. I gotta get that upgrade. I guess.
Dude, I think when I first had my first phone, my parents it was my parents, me and my little brother, because we were the only ones left in the house. But it was like a 10 gigabyte data plan for all 4 of us, and my parents would be either they would rarely reach a gigabyte themselves, and so if we were ever going over, immediately it was one of us that was getting in trouble. But
yeah, I can see that.
Time progresses.
That happened quick. It happened quick.
All right, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I think
Real, dude.
I'm out of questions, and I think it was a good talk. Like 90 minutes there.
We don't mess, dude. We don't mess around, bro. We don't mess around. Oh god.
But yeah.
My arm is cut off right now.
I can only
Don't mind
imagine.
that.
Yep. But appreciate it. Appreciate
What
your
else do you
time.
got coming up on your show tonight? What else is there? You got bingo? You got
Oh
Hangman?
man, maybe.
What do you got going on?
So Night Vibe is next. That's the little podcast with my little brother. And I try to do
Nice.
a little bit more. And so we last month, Donkey. Thank you for all the biddies, man. Appreciate you. Last month we grabbed 5 fast food chicken sandwiches, and we wanted to see like which one was better.
I think I caught a little bit of that.
So this one we're gonna basically follow up with that. We're getting 5 different burgers. So we're getting Sonic, McDonald's, Burger King, Five Guys, because we have one here, and Wendy's.
I love it, dude.
Yep. Gonna get plain, add our own condiments, and just go for it.
That's sick, dude.
Cool.
That's cool that you do stuff with your brother still too, man. That's really cool that you guys are close. That's a nice nice thing to have, man. That's how my brother and I are too.
That's
I feel
good.
really lucky that him and I, we get along, and we have similar hobbies, and he got me into Halo because his friend got him into Halo. So
There you go.
that's cool, dude.
Wendy's
How
closed
you feel-
early. No! Oh no! Oh no!
But,
well, I guess no
But
Wendy's.
you gotta get the junior bacon, bro. You got, dude. Just hold up the screen
Crap.
to the window. Hold up the
Yeah,
screen to the window.
hey,
and be like,
please.
"Look, man,
It's an emergency. We're giving you free
But,
press. Oh man. James, thank you for the resub, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, so that, and then cooking segment after that one. Make some air fried.
you gonna do the air fried pizza rolls?
Chicken this time. I've tried. So I made fried chicken on the stream once, and I tried to air fry it, but it didn't work out. And then I quickly a lot of issues there. But then I went and oiled, deep fried them, and I was fine. But I'm gonna make some chicken successfully in an air fryer if it kills me. But
I'm probably going to get some popcorn and get a good amount of butter on there. Get some ranch seasoning.
good choice.
And tackle Harry Potter at the Deathly Hallows Part 2 because I've actually never seen Part 2. I actually just finished reading the books for the first time in my life. So I've been reading the books one by one and then watching the films.
Smart.
And I still got to finish Part 2.
You do.
So,
you do.
but that'll keep me up until 1 or so, and then our daughter, she's up by the crack of dawn. So I mean, I'll be hurt. I'll be
perfect timing. Yeah.
Hurt.
It's a great.
It's gonna be a compromise I might have to make.
Dude, it's a good one. I want to have a Harry Potter marathon once, and by the last movie, I was standing there at the watching the screen, about to sway and fall over. I love Harry Potter. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Great time.
That's a serious marathon.
Yeah, I was like 7th grade. Don't try it. It was not worth it in the end.
That's some dedication.
Oh, cool. All right, man.
All right. Well,
Appreciate your
chat.
time. Thank you for your energy.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on, and thank you for your community and my community. We can just call it the Halo community. For the most part, right? You know, just chilling out and hanging in here. Hope you guys enjoyed the Unfiltered, dude.
For sure. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you again enjoyed the interview, enjoyed the talk. If you got to know some new things about RLS or myself, hope so. I'm sure a lot of you have. I don't think all of your community is like, yeah, no, I've been up in his YouTube. I already know. Yeah, skateboarding. He's been doing that for years. He's been doing wakeboarding, you know, boats, etc., etc., etc. And I knew everything, but
all over the place.
Yeah, cool, man. All right, guys.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Josiah.
Absolutely. Guys, be sure to follow him if you're not already. Be surprised if you're not. He streams 3 days a week for the most part. Basically, same stream schedule as me at the moment. Wednesday, Friday. Absolute great time. Super, super positive and uplifting environment almost the entire time. Yeah, so we will be back with Night Vibe after this break. But thanks for joining me. RLS.
Sounds good.
Halo community. See you in a bit.
All right, take it easy, guys.